JD here, and today I've got something a little bit special for you. Alright, let's take a little look.
This is the Furibee Fire Dancer. It's a 215mm carbon fibre FPV racer. To the front you have a posable 960H CCD camera. That's coming in at 2 megapixels. There's no battery included when you buy this, you have to buy one separately. Today I'm going to be using my 4S battery. The brushless motors are two 2306 2400 kV. The propeller style is a 5048 tri-blade. Extra ones can be bought. The antenna towards the back is a 5.8 GHz pagoda antenna, and it comes installed with Betaflight firmware 3.2.0.
And here she is. Look at this. Absolute beauty. Absolute beauty. Right, so what's the plan for today? Well, I've got my Flysky transmitter with me. We're going to take her up, we're going to give her a spin around, see exactly how this goes. This is going to be one of quite a few videos to do with this particular guy. For now, I'm just interested in how it flies. I haven't overly configured it, I've just left everything to a base standard. Then we're going to take her back up in acro in a little while, and we're going to get to grips with her and get this one actually performing quite a few little stunts. So alright then folks, let's take her straight to the match. So as time goes on, it's getting a little bit more difficult every single week to find a flat place to fly in this particular field. So what we're going to do is, I've got my 4S battery here. I'm just going to pop this battery in. I've got a 6S coming, but I wanted to, as this is the first time I'm taking this up, I wanted to limit it quite a little bit. So using a 4S will be fine for what I want to do with it today. So as you can see, this thing is pretty sizable. It almost fills the whole mat that I have in front of us here. So what I'm going to do as well, because I don't know exactly how long I'm going to get out of this particular battery. This battery is a few years old, but it is a good battery, it is a strong battery. Now, there we go. On, and then we should just bind straight away. Right. There's that very annoying beeper. We're all good to go. Now, as this has very powerful motors, I'm going to be standing quite a way back. So with this, folks, let's take this up. So first of all, I'm going to unlock. Once you unlock, the lights on the back turn from green to blue. Now, I'm going to get away from you. And we are up. We are active. We are a go. Oh, this thing feels fast. This thing feels powerful already. Right. So let's take her out, let's have a little look at how this thing is going to perform. Oh wow! Already she is flying particularly quickly. What I like about this as well is when you've got the quadcopter, the back facing you, you can see the LEDs directly at the back, which tell you exactly which way you are pointing. The transmitter analog sticks, it just relays the controls very, very easily, very, very quickly. Wow! This thing screams on a 4S. I thought it was going to limit it quite a bit, and I suppose it has, but at the end of the day, oh, this thing is an absolute beast. And up she goes. So much power in this little thing, but still, because you've got that extra power, you can get away with taking her up extremely high, letting her drop a little bit, and then giving her a little bit more power. You know she's not going to flip, you know she is going to be absolutely so controlled, it's unreal, and it absolutely is. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, bring her down to me a little bit, not too close to me, and then we're going to see exactly how much power we get. I don't know if you can see those LEDs at the back flashing whenever I move. If I move the right analog sticks, then I get those lights flashing up. Okay, 3, 2, 1, up we go. Whoa! Yes, mate. This thing is a screamer. And above all else as well, if you wanted to, even though she doesn't have any sort of, well, as you'd expect, any sort of barometer, altitude hold, or anything of the such, she does remarkably, same as any other larger FPV racer, they do hold their position extremely well. You do have to feather that throttle, but still. And she sounds fantastic. She does, she sounds powerful, she sounds like she's a proper little screamer. Oh, look at this mist we've got rolling in here, folks. This is a little bit disconcerting. all in all though, oh, I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, flat out. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos with this guy. Thank you, Ishin QX65. I think I've just upgraded to the Fire Dancer. Yes. It's going to take me a long time to properly get used to it, but at the same time, as you can see, I'm not pushing her to extremes, and she is just really nice and really controlled. And she flips. You can flip her from one orientation to another, and she just loves it. Okay, I do have to configure it. I've got to turn off that beeper. That is going to drive me insane. Another reason I'm not bringing it too close, and also because the power of these motors, it's not like a little nano. If this thing hits you, it's going to properly give you some injuries. So as I was saying, you want to stand well away from this guy when you're configuring, when you have the propellers attached, when the battery's connected. Give yourself a lot of room, folks, because this thing will injure you. I love the split second you've got where you don't put any power through her, and then you just push forward and she's off. Wow, where is this mist coming from? Oh, see, look at that. So nice. A little feather on the throttle, and she just kind of hovers there. Oh, I'm having so much fun with this thing. I hope you're having as much fun watching it, folks, as I am flying this thing, I tell you what. Yeah. I'm nowhere near an advanced FPV racer pilot at all. I really am not. But I do believe in upgrading, and hence why I got this. And I'm finding it quite easy to control. Although I have had a lot of flight time over the years. Oh, she is beautiful. Proper beautiful quad. Oh, that was a different set of beeps. Am I to take from that the motor, the battery is dying? Because I do not want this thing, even though it's quite thick carbon fibre, I do not want it planting itself into the floor. Okay, let's see. Whee! Oh, mate. Right. Bring it down a little bit. Give it a bit more throttle, just on the bottom there, just that it just comes down nice and gently. Yes. Really am enjoying this. Now, I have tested to see whether the acro mode is built as standard. It's not. I'm gonna have to configure that myself, which is fine. It's not a problem. I just, for the minute, I would rather have no complications in this and just fly in a way that I can learn, and in a way that I can control, and in a way that actually looks good on camera as well. But all in all, I am very satisfied with how this looks and how this feels, how this moves, the orientation of her. I am extremely happy with this particular quadcopter. And because of that huge antenna sticking out the back, it makes orientation extremely easy to actually figure out which way is pointing forwards, which way is pointing backwards, and as a consequence actually gives me particularly a lot of confidence in flying. I don't have a problem with orientation normally when it comes to quads, but I do like to know, if I am taking her out a little way, I do like to know which way is forward, you know, especially when I don't have my FPV goggles on, or I don't have any sort of guidance from a video relay. Oh, this fog is actually quite nice. Right. Well, that 4S is doing us proud. That 4S came from my original Ishin FPV racer tilt rotor. If you've not seen it, I'll link it underneath. But that was an absolute demon. And that was my first sort of foray into FPV racers. And, well, I ended up breaking it. But I've repaired it now, and I've taken it out a few times, and it works as good as new. Oh, I love this little fire dancer. Twirls! Oh, beautiful. Alright, little fire dancer, let's bring you down then, my friend. Oh, that thing's got some power. Okay, and then before we get any closer to her, let us, there we are, disarmed. Okay, not a good idea to be landing her in long grass, but unfortunately didn't have much of an option. But the first thing you've got to remember when going back for these things, you absolutely must lock these motors. I haven't had any accidents, fortunately, because I am, well, some might say, actually some have said, extremely boring when it comes to quadcopter safety. I don't think it's boring. I think it's goddamn important. And locking these motors before you approach that, you know, if there's nothing else you take from this, take that you've got to lock these motors before you approach. It's just a simple movement of the analog stick, whichever way that you've configured it, and just make sure these lights at the back change colour and they lock so that you can approach with safety and then rip the battery, the plug directly out of the back. I was extremely happy with that, folks. I hope you were as well. This, as I say, is going to be the first out of a long line of videos I'm going to do with this guy, just simply because I think this guy will give us a lot and give us some fantastic videos, give us some great learning as well. Now, all in all, I thought the flight was brilliant. I took off. It took me a couple of seconds to get used to it, as I'm sure you can respect. And then as soon as I got used to it, a couple of little laps around me, and then it worked without any problem. Now, if you do decide to just launch her in the air, she's going to fly, and she's going to fly goddamn far and fast. Orientation, as I say, isn't a problem for me, because I kept on seeing where this was, and I kept on judging the orientation based on the antenna. Now, also, again, battery life, this is a really old 4S, and now it hasn't obviously bubbled or anything like that, otherwise I wouldn't use it. It's about 3 years old, 2 years old, but I found that the cells are still fine. It gave me so much power. There is a continuous beep with this. You can turn that off in the configuration, no doubt. I'm going to be doing exactly the same for subsequent videos. All in all though, folks, yeah, for, an absolute amazing FPV BNF flyer, absolutely. I hope you've enjoyed, folks. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.